So, namaste and welcome everyone to the Unbreakable Spirit book launch. And I'm here with Camila, who is one of our amazing authors. And in this session, we're going to be going through three authors who all share a really interesting experience of going through cancer and coming out stronger and clearer. And you each told such beautiful stories of it. And Camilla, you are the first story in this beautiful book. And I really tune into intuition to get the order of these. I'm just going to read your bio and then we'll talk with you about your beautiful chapter. So Camilla was born and raised in Brazil, and she pursued a career in dentistry before discovering her true passion for personal growth. At 17, she faced a significant turning point when her parents got divorced and her mom had breast cancer at the same time. This challenging period sparked her commitment to inner exploration and personal development. She's been a devoted yoga teacher for over 2 decades, guiding countless individuals on their paths, and breathwork has become her new, really powerful, transformative tool. This is a gateway to self-discovery, stress management, and therapeutic healing. In 2023, Camilla's life took an unexpected turn when she was diagnosed with breast cancer. So Camilla, I know that you had a sense before you got your diagnosis that something was off. How did you feel that? What happened?
Laura, thank you
The
for
sound is not great, Camilla.
no.
I'm wondering if your earphones are your
Okay, let
earbuds.
me
There we go.
better.
Yes.
Do you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm very grateful to be here to be part of this project. Thank you so much, Laura. Yes, correct. I felt that something was off. Um, I've always been very healthy. As a young adult, I meditated, I practiced yoga, I exercised, I ate healthy. Eventually, I became a yoga teacher when I was young. And all these made me very connected to my body and to my intuition. So I was able to quickly get the subtle changes that I was feeling in my body. I had some symptoms and I decided to look for answers. I saw many doctors, physical therapists, chiropractor, and nobody could help. So I kept pushing kept looking for answers. And eventually I pushed for another mammogram, another ultrasound, and an MRI before the next ear checkup. So this led me to the diagnosis. It was caught early. It was stage 1, thank God, and it made the whole difference. So one of the messages that I want to share in the chapter is encourage and inspire readers to practice getting more and more connected to your body and to your intuition. That makes the whole difference.
I'm so happy. I'm so grateful, Camilla, that you were that tuned in, that you insisted even when the first couple of doctors told you there was nothing wrong and not to worry, and you
Mhm,
kept telling them to check. So I know your chapter is a lot about breath. So how does
mhm.
the breath, can you share more about how this helps manage emotions and stress? And how did you use that as you were going through your treatment?
Yes. So the breath is very powerful. It connects body, mind, and spirit. When we breathe with intention and when we breathe consciously, we are not only calming down our nervous system, we are activating our inner healer. We are creating a space to feel, and we are creating a space to release deep blockages, emotional blockages, physical blockages, mental blockages, all kinds of blockages. I realized at some point during that year that my whole life I had addressed more my physical health and not so much the stress, the trauma, the wounds, the emotions. So I decided that year that I was going to address every time I felt overwhelmed, I would breathe into the feelings, the emotions, and not push them away. And this was awesome because I felt during the whole year that I was releasing, allowing the body to heal deeper, and also to repair itself. Right, I was creating the space for the body to repair. So this was the missing link in my healing journey. The breath was actually not a tool for me; it was medicine, and it kept me grounded the whole. It kept me grounded the whole treatment year. Yeah, and that this is the second message I want to inspire and share, that the readers to to start being aware of how powerful the breath can be, and it can be just to calm down your nervous system or for deep healing. It can be used for deep healing.
That's so interesting, Camilla. You know, I've known you now for many years, right? Like maybe 10
Mhm.
years. I don't know exactly how long, but when you say that you used this year as a way to really not push any emotion down, what did that look like? Do you have an example? Did that look like, you know, you're going through chemotherapy and you have a wave of emotion, and would that look like tears in public? Would that look like you would go to your room? Would that look like tears in front of your daughter or your husband? How did that show up?
This is a good example. When I was about to start chemo, I was like panicking because I was more afraid of the treatment than the disease. So my heart was like feeling it, and I was feeling the fear like very deep. And every time I felt some overwhelming emotions, like every time I felt angry, every time I felt fear, every time I felt frustration, I would invite my teacher, Carol, that I mentioned in the book, for a session. So I would call her and say, we need to breathe on this emotion because I'm really feeling it strong, and I want to get clear, get clarity about it, and and see where it's gonna take me. And every time I felt something that was not myself, that I was overwhelmed by emotions, I would call her and she would say, let's breathe into that and release it, and get insights and get clarity. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful year at the same time because I was feeling light. The heavy emotions, I was light. I was feeling light, like physically very, uh, how do you how do you say, physically very weak,
Uh-huh.
and
Debil.
but emotionally I was feeling good.
And so what
Quite
happened with the panic when you breathed with your teacher? What did you notice
um
underneath the panic?
the panic of chemo.
Yes.
Yes, when I lay down for every time we lay down for a session of breath therapy, you set an intention. So for this situation, I set an intention to release the fear of chemo, and I kept breathing and breathing and feeling that I was releasing the fear. And I don't remember exactly what was the insight for these sessions. There were many sessions during that year, but it always finished you having a clarity, having an insight. You always finish the session very centered and feeling good emotionally, feeling much better about what's going on.
So your intention was realized. You were not feeling panicked at the end of the session about the.
No,
Uh-huh,
no.
uh-huh.
Every time we did a session, I always finished the session resolved for that specific topic, resolved with an insight or clarity about an action that I had to take,
That's
or
beautiful.
something that I needed to say to somebody. Like I forgave many people during
Oh,
those
really?
sessions. Yes.
Oh,
Like
wow.
as forgiveness is layers, right? Like I
Mhm.
had more layers of forgiveness. So many sessions, I realized I had to go back and talk to that person, and forgive a little bit more and say something important. So it's a
Wow.
beautiful practice. Yeah.
Wow. I love that, that the year turned out to be for you to go deeper into your emotions, to continually address them through the breath, and also to forgive people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I know one of the things you wanted to talk about was a full piggy bank. Can you explain what that means?
Yes, the full piggy bank was a metaphor that one of my doctors used to
Oh,
explain to me that I had done healthy choices, and every time I chose peace over stress, every time I ate a healthy meal or exercise, I was actually saving a coin in my piggy bank. So
mm,
when I had to face chemotherapy, I had reserves. That's how
oh, I
he
love
said,
it.
yeah, I had reserves. I had a strong foundation. I was not starting from zero, and I could deal with the treatment. He said, "You're gonna be fine. You took care of your body, your mind, and you did all you did all the healthy choices. You're gonna be fine." So yeah, this is very important to take care of your body, not only when you're going through sickness or disease, but every day, every day to nourish yourself, body, mind, and spirit, and also very important to target and heal your past emotions, address your stress, and heal your traumas.
What a positive, life affirming comment to come from a doctor, that how much you have, Camilla, have been putting into your piggy bank, and that you're going to spend some of those coins maybe each time you go through chemo, but then you can refill your piggy bank. I love that. I love
Yes,
that image. That's beautiful.
yes, yes.
Um, well, I want you to know that we're getting some comments here in the chat. Premila is congratulating all of the authors. And Anna Finkelstein is saying, "You go, Camilla."
My
Um,
friend.
yep, that's beautiful. So I'm going to ask one more question before we end. You know, you talk about, and if there's anything else you want to say, Camilla, feel free
Hmm.
to pop that in. You talk about going through forgiveness. I know you meant, in your bio, you'd mentioned that your mom went through breast cancer, and then it must have been very hard for her watching her daughter go through it. So, and
Hmm.
I know you have a daughter watching you go through breast cancer, let alone your husband. How did it change your family relationships to go through this year where you were doing emotional healing and the cancer journey at the same time?
Yeah, it was very important for my family in Brazil, all my families in Brazil. It was healing for my relationship with my dad. In
Okay.
my in my family, with my family in Brazil, it was very important to have this deeper forgiveness, because my dad, he didn't stay when my mom had breast cancer. She had three teenagers and she was going through breast cancer, and he said he couldn't stay with her. And so I did a lot of forgiveness in for my to my father, and a lot of practices of it was not the first time I addressed that, but I felt that this time I felt like I really need to forgive my dad. I really need to forgive, and we spent many sessions in this topic with my teacher, and and I feel that I did the job. It's I felt light in this matter, and it, it really made a difference for to going this in this place. In my family here, my daughter and my husband. First of all, in my relationship with my husband, it really changed perspective. Like when you don't have something serious going on, you argue for nonsense for. And after you gain perspective with a disease like a disease like cancer, you gain a lot of perspective, and nothing else is a problem, right?
Mm,
So we both gained that perspective, and our relationship improved.
mm,
um, um, and also his relationship with my daughter,
mm,
because they always had a lot of arguments.
mm,
So when I had to step away because I was treating, because I was focused on my healing, they had to deal with each other, and they had to be nice to each other, to go out by themselves. I was staying home more most of the time. So I named one of the subtitles as "Cancer as a Healer." I just feel like it really healed some relationships in my journey, in
that's
my
beautiful,
story. Yes.
oh, well, thank you so much. Thank you for your contribution. Yes.
Thank you, Laura. You were awesome. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
my
And thank you so
honor.
much for encouraging us to get here. It was
Yeah,
not easy.
you did it. You wrote your chapter, you got it in. So I encourage all of our listeners, if you want to, put a comment in the chat to Camilla. Also, at the end of the three authors that we'll be hearing from in this session, we're going to go to breakout rooms and just have a moment for you to share your top takeaways or insights for your own life. So if you want to make a note of that, so we can discuss it when we go into breakout rooms. I'm going to say goodbye to Camilla. I know you're going to probably stay on, but
Thank
I'm
you. Thank you so
great.
much, Laura. Thank you, everyone.